Deep in the Aravalli hills of Rajasthan sits Bhangarh Fort, a 16th-century ruin with a reputation so severe it requires a legal curfew. Right at the main gate, the Archaeological Survey of India has installed an official warning board, strictly prohibiting entry to the premises after sunset. Millions are drawn here by a core piece of folklore. According to the legend, a dark magician named Singya attempted to bewitch Princess Ratnavati with a cursed bottle of perfume. When the bottle was shattered against a boulder, the dying magician placed a black magic curse on the city, allegedly dooming its inhabitants to haunt the ruins forever. Visitors who approach the ruins at night report a visceral physical response. They describe sudden freezing cold sweats, an overwhelming sense of being watched, and hearing distinct human-like screams echoing from the roofless buildings. While the supernatural claims belong to folklore, the physical dread and the lethal threats patrolling these ruins in the dark are tangible realities. Historical records show no trace of a Princess Ratnavati or a wizard named Singya. The city's collapse followed a documented political decline starting in 1720, followed by the catastrophic Chalisa famine of 1783. This drought was so severe that the population abandoned the city entirely, leaving the structures to the elements. Without human inhabitants, the fort became an extension of the surrounding geography. Bhangarh sits directly on the border of the Sariska Tiger Reserve, physically connected to over 800 square kilometers of wild, protected territory. This proximity identifies the source of the crying women. Local scavengers, like the striped hyena, produce vocalizations that mimic human wails with startling accuracy, especially when echoing through stone corridors at night. The rustling sounds and moving shadows reported by tourists are the movements of leopards and Bengal tigers. These apex predators actively patrol the ruins after dark, creating a highly lethal environment for anyone on foot. The government's sunset warning functions as a safety measure. It protects tourists from becoming prey to territorial wildlife, not from poltergeists. The physical symptoms of paranoia and temperature drops result from a phenomenon called infrasound. These are low-frequency waves, typically below 20 Hz, that can physically vibrate the human body. Bhangarh's roofless architecture acts as a passive acoustic generator. As wind rushes through the specific layout of the ruins, combined with the region's frequent minor seismic shifts, it produces these low-frequency waves. You cannot hear infrasound, but your nervous system registers the vibration. Exposure to these frequencies triggers an automatic fight or flight response, causing spells of dizziness, episodes of hyperventilation, and an instinctive feeling of dread. The haunting is an invisible acoustic interaction. It manipulates the biology of the visitor, creating a physical panic response that the mind then tries to explain. Biology and physics provide the foundation, but suggestibility completes the illusion. When the brain is pre-loaded with ghost stories, it fundamentally changes how it interprets real-time sensory data. Researchers at Goldsmiths University tested this with the Haunt Project. They placed volunteers in a sterile, empty room equipped with hidden electromagnetic and infrasound devices. When told the room was haunted, 20% of the participants reported feeling a presence, and 8% experienced sheer terror. The environment was physically empty, but the power of suggestion manufactured the fear. This fear is reinforced by pareidolia, an evolutionary trait that forces the brain to find human faces and figures in random patterns. In the dark, the brain scans the jagged shadows of Bhangarh's walls and invents a visual ghost to justify the physical dread it already feels. Bhangarh functions as a psychological trap. The legend programs the brain to expect a threat, while pareidolia provides the visual evidence to confirm the fear. Society maintains these myths because the human brain favors dramatic narratives. A story about a vengeful wizard is memorable and structured. The reality of a slow, chaotic famine is difficult for the mind to process. There is also a significant economic driver. The reputation of being the most haunted place in Asia is the primary reason millions of tourists visit these specific ruins, supporting the local economy through foot traffic. Modern social media sustains the myth. Sensationalized videos of haunted experiences gain virality and reward the creator, while grounded scientific explanations rarely reach the same audience. The actual anatomy of Bhangarh consists of forgotten history, territorial predators, acoustic physics, and the mechanics of human expectation. Scientific understanding provides a lens to see through the legend. The haunting of Bhangarh thrives within the mechanics of our own biology, and observing how our perception is manipulated